Oh, we're late. He hasn't even got his mic in front of him. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I've got blue fingers. Very blue fingers. Now you know the drill. It's not even 4 taps, it's 10 taps. Not 4 taps, Mel. Oh, you've already got it. That'll do. Yeah, it's going to be one of those shows, isn't it? Right. Shall we? Mel. Hello, folks. It is 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. It is the 29th of April. No. Is it the funny leap year thing? April 30th? No, it's not April. You've got me confused already. I've got confused by the date. You see, that's Groundhog, isn't it? Hi Mel, hope all is well from a warm 74 Fahrenheit here in Virginia. What's that in Queens Celsius? Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Little late into the studio. Yeah, some things to deal with this morning. A little bit overslept because I was up late last night. Yeah, tossing and turning all night. Anyway, yeah, really not good productive day in the studio today. I did some really, really lovely work. Yeah, really lovely work. Problem is, I have washed my hands, I have showered, and I've had a bath. Yeah, and based on the colour of my fingers, what section of the book have I been finishing? Answers on a postcard? Did you get your box? It was marked delivered. That box? Yes. There's another one I've got to pick up. I've got the note for it. Yeah, but that's at the post office and I missed them because I didn't get out of the studio till 6. About 23 degrees Celsius. Ooh, that's nice. Dan's gone with water? Yes. You see, I can drop you, I don't have to give it away. You see, what I've been doing through the book is like, the book sort of shows techniques and then I use further sections to show those techniques with different colours. So for example, we've done the rock section, yeah, but there's rocks in the river section because there's a beautiful waterfall. I've got 4 waterfalls on it. 4 waterfalls on my waterfall. And it's cork bark. And it's about that big. It's beautiful. Yeah. But I've gone with the desert theme. Yeah. For all the rock work and the groundwork for the river. Yeah. As a way of saying, right, here's your desert palettes. Here's what you need to do with desert stuff. Yeah. And I just, if I'm honest, looking at the colours as they go over the rapids and go over the fords and the stepping stones, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. It was really nice. I got them propped up on, I got a desk where I've got my belt sander and all that sort of stuff, and I'm spraying in studio too. And I've not really got shelving in there yet because, you know, I'm cracking on with the book and not setting up the studio. So I've got drawers open and I've got pieces balanced on drawers as I'm sort of doing all the effects and that sort of stuff, you know, the base colour ready for the pour. Yeah, that's tomorrow. But the colours, the sun hit them. And the whole piece, even though I haven't actually highlighted the rocks or done that anything yet, when the sun hit it, yeah, oh my God, it was like looking at a river. I mean, I know it was sections, but I could immediately see it in my mind, yeah, coming from the waterfall. And then it sort of flowing down and going through its turns, and yeah, the stepping stones and the ford where it got a little bit clearer and you could see the ground, and the rapids where it's all variable and all the rocks sticking out. Yeah, and it hasn't even got water on it yet, and the rocks only have base coated. Yeah, and I fell in love with it. I mean, I'll be honest with you that, yeah, I screwed up a bit of the painting, yeah, because I stopped for about 2 minutes just like drooling. Yeah, there was a bit on it that hadn't quite dried and it got a shimmer on it. Yeah, and because of the way the sun was hitting it, it looked like the sort of glimmer you get on water. And because I've gone for quite dark tones, yeah, because I'm going for quite what you call a translucent pour, yeah, so I want it quite dark. I want some depth in it. Yeah, but because it got a little bit of a shimmer on it, yeah, flat acrylic looked like water. It was beautiful. I mean, the waterfall, oh. It wasn't until, you know what it's like when you're building, yeah, and you've got it built, yeah, but it's, you put, a solid base coat on all of it, but it's only when you start to paint up the elements, okay, that it comes alive. So I've got this waterfall, okay, and if you imagine it's on, can't show you pictures, so you've got to imagine it, but it's beautiful. Yeah, it's the best cork artwork I've ever done in my life, ever. Yeah, really, I've got blisters because it was like, no, that's got to be right. I've got to rip that out. Dave got very frustrated, but he's seen the results, to be truthful. And thank Dave does get frustrated with my perfectionism. Yeah, but yeah, looking at it, the way I've built it is, let's say, what do we go? We're about 3, 6, 8. I think we're about 8 yeah, we are 8 inches high. Yeah. Now that's not to the top of the highest rock. That's to the top water pool. Yeah. And if you imagine you're looking at it, yeah, on one side you've got like it goes into a crevice. Yeah. And then it sort of flattens like that. So if you were looking here, round like that and there, and I've got an 8-inch waterfall for a vertical drop. Yeah. On the other side of the center bit, I've got a side to one pool, another one to another pool, and then another one that brings it in, and then those two bottom ones join and then meet the modular edge for the river system. So, it's not one waterfall, it's 4 waterfalls, so I can show 4 waterfall techniques. And I made my waterfalls, and I've left them an extra day, yeah, because I know the top surface is dry, but because I'm going to have to be peeling them off, yeah, and we're not actually doing them on a terrain piece, yeah, the bottom could still be squidgy. So I'm like being super duper careful with that. But yeah, I got it all done in this beautiful mustard yellow. Yeah, I've got it bang on right as the base colour. And I was putting the blues on. Yeah. And for where this was, I was being cheeky and I was using my airbrush. Yeah. Right. I've shown how you can paint it. Shh. Get this done. Yeah. I can do it with a brush. I've shown you can do it with a brush. Yeah, but airbrush really... So anyway, it was only when I was putting my darker tones on and creating the depth in the pools for the waterfalls and the depth in the water, it came alive. Oh, did it come alive. I think I've just had a terrain builder-gasm. Do you know when you really love a piece and when things come together? Yeah, they really do. And it's the pour tomorrow. So I'd all I've got to do tomorrow is go in, dam the sides. Yeah. What have I got to do? Go in, dam the sides, seal the sides. Is there something else I need to do before I do the pour? No, there isn't. Fix the waterfalls. Yeah, that'd be handy before I do the pour. Attach the bloody waterfalls. Can you imagine that? Oh, what a faux pas that would be. Little things like that happen in terrain. I was building the waterfalls and it was looking beautiful. And then as I was about to leave the studio when it was all built, I looked back and went, there's no lips for the pools. How's the resins going to... You completely forgot that. Right, okay, coat back off. Speak of the devil. Hello, cat. Right, I better look at some comments, haven't I? So yeah, that has been my terrain-gasm, yeah, for for today. It was a good day, to be truthful. Are you keeping some videos from this build process and images for bonus material after we get our books? No, I'm focusing just on the book. I've got to get the book done. So, I mean, like I haven't been producing videos for the channel, yeah, and I haven't been engaging with companies who really want to engage with me, yeah. Everything is just purely focused on getting this book done. What I'm doing is I'm giving it a solid 40 hours a week, which considering, and, getting back on my feet, that's a good time, and that's between being in the studio. And to be truthful, yeah, I'm quite comfortable now in the studio doing an 8-hour session. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite enjoying it, to be truthful. Yeah, I'm finding my passion as I'm getting better, on all the different things. I've found my passion for terrain again, and I mean my real passion. Yeah, I mean, there were elements of the book that I were doing that were stressful, and they were done in a stressful time, and we all know that. Yeah, I don't want to revisit the past. Yeah, but I can see. Yeah, now, and I will say, the stuff that I did in the stressful time is still up to a really high standard, and I don't think I could have done it better, to be perfect. It just took longer than it's taking now. So I'm feeling quite confident about, right, I'm back in the studio, I'm doing day after day after day after day after day, and so I'm really up and feeling positive about it. But this past week and a half, yeah, I've really found a passion for terrain. I've had to stop myself, yeah, getting distracted with little ideas. Yeah, stay focused on what you've got to achieve, because I've been doing things and something's come up and, I'll make a note of that, and I have got that just there. Should we give that? And it's like, no. You know what I mean? The old Mel, where we'd start a video saying, I'm going to do this, something would happen, and it'd change into a terrain lab. Right, should we figure this out? Yeah, sod it, let's do that. And look at the smile on my face. Do you know, I've woken up keen to get into the studio. And I'll tell you something else, yeah, that I've noticed, yeah, that's happened this week especially. I've been getting into the studio, yeah, and I've been getting into the studio, and for the years I've had the studio, the routine has always been get in, put kettle on, make a brew, switch the lights on, warm it up, get yourself ready to do the terrain. Yeah. The only caveats on that would be times when I've done a particularly dodgy seal or I've been working with resin. And the first thing I do is, go in and, quick prod and just, it's okay. Right, go have a brew. Wake yourself up. Get ready for the day. Yeah. Incrementally, over the past tail end of last week, start of this week, found myself going in and starting to mess with the terrain before I even thought about switching the kettle on. Yeah, I go in, lights on, heaters on, go over to the terrain. Yeah, I need the heaters on because they dry the stuff, and spode is cold even in hot weather. Yeah, and so I went in and started first. I think it was Friday, and I went in and I did about 10 minutes pottering and doing, let's fix that and just grab that and do that. And then, I have a brew and then do this properly. Yeah, the next day it was longer. I can't remember what it was doing on Monday. Yeah. Today I went in. Yeah. I sat down and I'm painting my second, doing the detailing, the depth and that sort of stuff on my second river piece. And I suddenly realised I haven't even thought of the kettle. And I'm already sitting down in the sun, prepped, primed, and I'm already not only done the first piece, I'm already on the second piece of 7. That's never happened before. Yeah? And so, over these past weeks and months, since I had my problems back in January, you know what I mean? My health problems and, all my other social problems and, my relationship problems and all that sort of stuff. And as everyone knows, I've been working to improve mental health. I've been working to improve physical health. I've been working to improve lifestyle. I mean, it's bloody hard to improve your socialization skills, when you just want to write, I'm ready to socialize with people and they put you in a bloody lockdown. But even so, I've socialized with you guys. Yeah, and I think it's paying off on the terrain. All the stress coming off on everything else is really paying off on the terrain. Yeah, and if I can keep this momentum up, yeah, this happy momentum, not stressed, like get to 5 o'clock and think, do you know what? Yeah, I could damn these tonight, but you've done good progress. You've got to mix resin for the dam anyway, so damn them tomorrow. You know what I mean? Go away, be productive, and walk away happy, not stressed. I'll tell you what, folks. Yeah. At the minute, the book is a stress on me. You know what I mean? Because you know how I feel about letting people down, and I know I'm behind, and I'm also aware that I'm not doing my other stuff and that sort of stuff, and it's clearly a stress. You know, the stress is going down as I'm getting closer and closer, and I am getting, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when this stress goes, and I'm back to, right, let's do terrain videos. One of the things I've been doing whilst in isolation and, you know, not being able to get into the studio and that sort of stuff is focusing on being able to make videos quicker, you know, for updates and stuff like that. Now, I never got round to doing the updates, but I still learnt how to do the videos quicker using simpler software, capturing on my phone, using specialist devices. Yeah, so my video filming time is better. My video editing and post-production is better. Yeah, my passion for terrain making. Yeah, as I've given it a couple of blue pills by the looks of it, you know what I mean? We are well up there. Yeah, and so I'm quite excited, to be truthful, about getting the book done. Yeah, now there are PDFs and stuff like that I've got to do, but that's bases, there's other stuff, but, you know, that's not got to be printed. Yeah, I can easily do that. Yeah, as well as cracking on. Yeah, and there's so many different projects that I want to dive into. Yeah, but with this... So I'm really excited about it, folks, to be perfectly honest. Oh, people are messaging me. Without your daily show, my wife would most likely murder me. I'm not worried about that. He drinks that instant brown water. Oh, shut up, cat. Coffee snob. I think of my day in pots rather than cups. And it didn't take Guinness. I like a good Guinness, to be perfectly honest. Oh, right. What's going on in the world of the pandemic? Yeah, because that's Mel's day. Mel's been painting up the rivers. Yeah, the waterfall looks beautiful. I am pouring tomorrow. Yeah, I can see no reason why I shouldn't. Unless I walk in and something drastic has gone wrong, like the ceiling's folded. Yeah, I'm going to be pouring tomorrow. I'm typing words whilst I sit there watching resin. Eagle-eyed. One word, check. Another word, check. Another word, check. Chris is saying, working from home means I've gotten to add this to watch regularly. Good way to end the workday. I'm glad, mate. I'm glad. This was about connecting with you guys. It was about sort of, you know, showing I'm still alive. I'm not disappearing with the book. Yeah, I do think that the show will end when lockdown comes out. Yeah, because, you know, I want to get a social life and that sort of stuff. And I don't want to be sitting here at 9 o'clock every night of the week once we're out of lockdown, because Mel needs to socialise and that sort of stuff. Plus, there'll be kids' activities and stuff like that we've got to retake on. And, you know, I want games night. Positive news today, Bojo's baby arrived. That's good. A lot of babies arrived. I have checked into, there was Martin raised and a few other people raised this toxic shock syndrome that's they've noticed in kids. So, yeah, that was a bit of a panic. So I went and did a bit of a dig. And this is the information so far, yeah, that I'm aware of, yeah, from a medical point of view. They have been aware that some children have developed this this inflammatory condition that's very similar, yeah, to a very rare one. Now, they've sent out an alert, yeah, about it. Now, this is a standardized alert. These alerts go out all the time. Yeah, Willow was a cause of one of these alerts when she had meningitis. Yeah, and all the kids at her school had to go have tests. Yeah, but we were given antibiotics that turned our pee bright orange. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I mean, it was like demon pee. Yeah, I mean, really bright orange. Yeah, but anyway, we were on these horse tablets for about 4 weeks, and the Public Health England, yeah, came into the school and came into the family because Willow had meningitis. So, and they issued one of these alerts, you know, local schools, be aware, we've had a meningitis case. This is what they've done in this case, yeah. They've had a few cases of this thing, yeah, and so they've issued an alert. It does not mean, yeah, that it is directly related to COVID. It could be a separate condition, yeah. Just because COVID's turned up doesn't mean every other bug has disappeared. Okay, so it could be something new that's come in. It could be related to COVID. The purpose of the alert is to gather more information. Okay, now the fact of the matter is, with the amount of casualties we've had, with the amount of infected cases we've had, yeah, and they've not said whether the children who are developing it, if they're COVID positive. Yeah, they've not said if they're symptomatic or what stage this inflammatory condition is appearing. Yeah, so, you know, there's too little data for us to majorly panic yet. Yeah, so I'm just going to sit back on that one and say, all right, let's see what they say about it. They'll either say in a press briefing that, right, we've seen it, okay, and it's because it's a separate illness and we've got to deal with that separately, and we are dealing with that separately, or it looks to be COVID related and this is how it's related. So I'm just going to wait until I get that information before I start having a dad flap about my kids. Now, personally, I think my kids have had it. Yeah, we think the family has had it, as I've said before, and you know, we're reasonably qualified in relevant fields. That okay, I did fair guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's not a lab diagnosis. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Yeah, and I don't think as parents you should worry. I think you should just keep an eye out on your kids. Yeah, go check out what they said. Keep an eye on your kids and report anything you think is important. Okay? So that's my take on the kids thing. Right. What is orange? Oxytricetylate. I think that was it, Tam. I'll tell you what, they were big tablets, and I've never seen. I mean, to give you an idea of the colour of my urine, yeah. I think it's fair to say it was that. And what you call it? I mean, the kids had it in a liquid form, and they had to have the complete dose, and it was horrible because they didn't like it, and we had to literally hold them down, open their mouth, force it in, and this is what the doctor did. Yeah, the doctor was like, digga digga digga, yeah, you're having it. Yeah, and it was like, that is how you will administer. And then, you know, the Army medic went in, right, okay, this is serious. You know, you will administer the full dose. They were not messing around. Yeah. Oh, Sunny Delight colour. No, I mean, it was demon pee. I was quite entertaining once you settled into it, but the first time was very disturbing. For the kids as well, obviously. Willow, she was, what you call it, she was up to, her white blood cell count was similar to end-stage leukemia when we got her into A&E. And literally, we didn't know if she was going to make it through the night. You know, so I know about these health and I know about public health response. So I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm not going to, what you call it, yeah. You know what I mean? Bright orange pea is great. Better than red, though. Oh, yeah. Zachary's saying, I can get out a bit. No Warhammer stores open yet, but we can buy things online a bit. It's opening up a bit. So long as it's not full-bodied and rosy. I think, I mean, I know it sounds rather, but medical people, you tend to look at your pee and go, yeah, I need to drink some water. Especially in the morning. And wake up. Yeah, you're dehydrated, both. That's why your kidneys ache. So, on the pandemic, that's what I've been hearing. There's more blame. What other updates have we got? How are things looking in other countries? Remember, when you give us our updates, let us know where you're updated. So, what country are you talking about? And let's just get a little bit of a sense check. No, I want... Let's see if we can get a bit of a summary. Right. Not to say UK government changed how they're comparing coronavirus deaths with other countries. Previous charts started the day when 50 deaths were recorded. Today that they're starting from 2,000 deaths. Right, what? Everyone's starting from 2,000 deaths, or someone's moving a line across. It's called Dad Pee. As long as it ain't brown, you're okay. I know, mate. Nothing's changed in Norway since Monday. Here in New Zealand, we're almost finished with the whole business. That's great news, mate. Another 2 weeks and decide if we go down to level 2 or stay at level 3. Only 2 new cases yesterday. 83% recovery rate in New Zealand and only 19 deaths. Damn. That's a good response. Kat saying, Zachary, almost daily I'm in love with New Zealand and how your government handles things. There has been a comment that the countries that have handled it the best have all had women leaders. I'm quite interested by that comment. Just the UK, as it makes the chart look similar to low figure numbers. Isn't that a bit of dodgy accounting? I didn't say, Finland. Schools opening for 11 days before summer holidays. Most don't think it's wise, but politics. Epidemic has been suppressed very effectively for now. Right. Yeah. There's weird movements about schools. Yeah. Social bubbles of small groups could be early step out. There was a comment by the schools minister. Education. Let's quickly check. Schools across will reopen in phases, says Education Secretary. Come on, give me the summary. Did not say when closures due to coronavirus would end, as he was grilled by select committee. Schools open in a phased manner. We recognise that the idea of schools all returning on day one with a full complement of pupils is not realistic or practical, so it'll be staggered amount of kids who go back to school by the looks of it. Secretary of State would not give a date for reopen, but rule out schools opening during summer holidays as a way of helping pupils who have missed out. So they're not going to have summer school. Yeah, it is going to be a phased entry. Speculation. Looking at other countries. Right balance. And a small number of children classed as vulnerable by the government have taken up school places. Right, okay. All right. So, no summer school. The kids are going to love that. Alvin said, yeah. I kept saying, don't screw with our ladies. We get things done. I think it's balance. I think, what you call it? In fact, I'm not even going into that one. I'm not going there. No chance. Hobbit immunity. I like that. Okay, Italy. Things are getting better. No, I want to read that comment. Don't you scroll up. Things are getting better. Less people ill. Less people in intensive care. Loosening of the lockdown on 4th of May for industry. That's good news. Probably true freedom will begin mid to late June. Honestly, no idea. Yeah, we've got a lot of variables going around, but the general sense is late May. Yeah. Between people and just people talking about, from what everyone's sort of heard and little snippets. Because you also got there was a report about the guy who runs Weatherspoons, and they may be looking at opening up Weatherspoons end of June. And the government has said they can't afford to keep the furlough scheme running beyond after June. So, not true, Mel. Belgium has got a female leader and it is a mess over here. Right, that's a fair comment. Well, I mean, one female who, I'm not getting into that. No. Nope. Big bag of nope. See, here's my big bag of nope. Malta here. We've done pretty well, though we are tiny. We've had 4 deaths total and no mandatory lockdown. Though we are very worried about handling easing well, as we can ruin it all if it's not done well. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, but those are good figures. But I've been to Malta and it's a lovely place. Yeah, but your population centres are massed up, aren't they? If you think about your cities, they are quite dense because they're all within old walls mainly. Valencia, Valletta. What was it? I mean, especially what is it? The capital, the walled city. That's beautiful, but silent and deadly. Well, not deadly, but silent to walk through. Well, it was when to be perfectly honest, I visited when I was watching it. I think I was 18. Yeah, so may have changed. Comment made the other day, it will be safe to reopen when hospitals decide to allow visitors. Listen to them, not the government. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I think more like having a submarine hanging over the edge of the world, in Discworld, near the observatory. Right, I'm reading people's comments. Allowing people to create and log details to the UK government for social circle groups for contact sounds very much like control groups. Yeah, it does. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you're talking about dealing with pandemics, and you're talking about, track and trace and immunity and that sort of stuff, it does get into social groups and it does get into permissions. Yeah, because that's what works. And yeah, they are civil liberties. Yeah, I think the one thing that, information-wise, they've already got it. Trust me, if they want to know something about you, the government will know something about you. We already know this. Come on. Yeah, so I'm not living in a digital world. Yeah. I'm not saying the government should have access to everything. I'm just acknowledging the fact that they probably already do. Yeah. Now, if it gets us up and moving a bit quicker, to balance that, what I do like in politics is how every politician is well aware the entire populace is not up for control. We're doing it. We understand why we're doing it, but it ain't lasting a day longer than we need it. Can you imagine telling a Brit, deny them their pub forever? Good luck with that one. Look how quickly they made bargain booze an essential supplier. Jesus wept. We're in the middle of the lockdown and Brits are still having family barbecues so they can have a booze up. No pubs. Civil liberties, mate. I will fight for my civil liberties. I mean, trust me, yeah? I'm going to be frank with you now. I've seen the Americans, a certain select group who, shall we say, yeah, are certainly at an extreme when it comes to ensuring their civil liberties, yeah? By force, or show of force, yeah? Shall we say. Yeah? They've got nothing on trying to keep a working class Brit out of a pub for good. Right now, it's Dunkirk spirit. Yeah, we understand we can't go to the pub because it might kill our granny. Yeah. But when can we go to the pub? We want to go to the pub. Yeah. I mean, that's 50% of British Facebook at the minute. In fact, we're making our own pubs. Yeah, I'm seeing people making their socially distanced pubs in their street. In fact, I am. I'm cleaning my back alley so I can have a drink out there. And no doubt my neighbours will join me once I've cleaned out my back alley. And they will enjoy my back alley, as I am going to enjoy it. Yeah, so trust me. Yeah, overall, I am not extensively worried about control. Trying to keep a Brit out of a pub. I know what you mean. They are daft, we are loyal. Yeah. Greece the same, we need to party. As long as there is stake, there is hope. I just want to see my team at their new stadium. The thing is, we've all got, I think now the crisis, or for a lot of us, the crisis is getting under control. We're not hitting surge. There's no reports of, people not being able to get on ventilators. Yeah, there are deaths. And those are the people that we, even with all the help and everything, we couldn't help and that sort of stuff. But, you know what I mean? We haven't heard the word battlefield triage in Britain, which is something I am so grateful for. So grateful. Yeah? So, all right, we can do this. If this is what we got to do, this is what we got to do. Yeah? And I am monitoring it. I am doing the same. Yeah? Essential shops, essential journeys. Yeah? But I want out. Now, I'm not really that bothered about going to the pub. Okay? But I want to socialise. Even if I have to play my games across long ways across the table so we're 6 foot apart. I want to roll dice with people. Mrs. is saying we should come visit you when we come over to visit our kids' grandparents in England. Any of you are welcome to visit the studio if you're ever in. Listen, don't make visiting Stoke-on-Trent part of your trip. Just make visiting me for a couple of hours, yeah, as you pass through. Yeah, just come visit me. We'll have some lunch. We can spend a couple of hours in the studio, yeah, and then you can be on your merry way. Because don't make staying over in Stoke-on-Trent or anything like that part of your holiday. Don't expend any money excessively on visiting Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, passing through, you know what I mean? And everything will be fine. I say that because a couple of years ago, yeah, someone came across to visit me and he brought his girlfriend across and they said, oh, we're going to visit you and start our holiday in England. And then they told me they'd based their holiday because Stoke was pretty central, yeah, to the rest of the country. They were going to explore the country centrally from Stoke and they booked a week in Stoke. And my face when they said that, it was like, I'm so sorry. Passing through like a dodgy curry, indeed. Dan saying I visit Stoke a lot. The legislation put the health minister in charge of the country. The foreign minister just said they turned down a proposal to completely close the borders. Tell that to the people that died when... Well, there's no point closing down the borders. It's already loose. We're in lockdown. It's clearly spread across all parts of the country. Yeah, it doesn't matter if anyone comes in infected. It's going to make a blind bit of difference. I miss wargaming on a real tabletop and strolling in the city centre. I miss strongly the monthly traditional flea market. I'm missing being able to raid car boot sales for supplies. I'm missing going for... I'll tell you what I'm really missing. Yeah, and what... I know we're arranging a drink in Bugman's, but I think the first thing I am going to do as soon as I'm allowed is I'm going to grab a tent and I'm going to find a hill and I'm going to find some wood and I'm going to sit my ass down in the countryside. I'm going to build a fire. I'm going to throw some steaks on it. I'm going to brew a brew up with it. Yeah, and I am going to eat some steak and sit back, sip a nice coffee. Yeah, and watch the sunset before I drag my bivvy out. I get in my dust bag and I'm going to lie under the stars next to the embers of my fire. And I'm going to watch the little embers fly up to the sky. And I'm going to be on a hillside that is as far away as reasonably possible from light. So I have a beautiful clear sky and I can see everything. And that's what I'm missing. If I'm honest, folks, yeah, because of the stress from, pre-separating from Kerry, getting the house, the health issues and everything, that was my plan just before lockdown and COVID kicked in. As soon as I was healthy enough to get out in nature and just, it's my reset. It's my soul food, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I was really planning on, right, I'm doing it. Yeah, as soon as I'm up for, I've got enough weight on me and I'm feeling good enough to sleep outdoors. Because, before COVID kicked in a while ago, I was in a bad state health-wise. And so, yeah, you know what I mean? And for the lock-in to kick in and then social distancing, it was like, I'm missing that. Yeah. And that's what I really want to do. The quaint potteries of Stoke-on-Trent, or not picture postcard. Try sunny setting Kuru near Middlesbrough. I could give you some tours of Stoke, mate. Trust me. Everyone's talking about booze recipes. I did hear off Kerry that Burger King will be McDonald's will be delivering soon. Apparently KFC is still closed, according to Willow. Here in Ireland, they are delivering pints. I think that's beautiful. We didn't have any cases in New Zealand except for tourists. If we had lockdown at the borders at the beginning of March, we could have kept the economy going and a few people would have got sick. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, if you've got no cases, but with regards to right now controlling our borders, there's no point right now. Yeah, there were a lot of things done at the start which could have been done better. Yeah, but I rarely attribute things to malice that can be just simply attributed to incompetence. Cat says, open the box. I've already got the box open. I've popped it. And it's there. So yeah, I mean, the one thing they are saying is, and everyone's saying, we've got a big recession coming. Huge, massive recession off the back of this. And it's like, I understand, finances and that and global finances and all that sort of stuff. But, I mean, if it's that big, then perhaps we need to make some decisions. We cancelled like billions of pounds worth of NHS debt and stuff like that. I mean, we've had 10 years of austerity trying to get us out of our own. What, we're going into a bigger one? Nah. Right, let's be realistic. Who's got cash? Let's have a look at disaster capitalism. Who's made a profit off COVID? A real profit, hedge-wise. Let's all aim to come out of this quarantine stronger, rather than hairy monsters. Hey, I'm keeping myself clean shaven. I will come out of this, the Amazon. Oh God, yeah, I've got a quid. Yeah, if the big companies would pay the proper tax, it would get paid. Yeah. I mean, I'm not asking people to be unfairly taxed. I'm just pay your fair share. Stop using tax havens. Offshore. No, not offshore. This shore. You know what I mean? I'm not being excessive. I'm not chopping people's heads off, but no offence, mate. If your company is like on every high street, but you ain't paid tax in this country for years, eh? Explain that to me like I'm in kindergarten. Yeah, Yipsnake saying if the UK legalised weed, then they would be able to save their debt, multi-billion pound industry, and all the prison costs. To be perfectly honest, that one's quite an interest because the UK is actually the world's largest supplier of medicinal cannabis. We are the best growers of cannabis for medicine use, and we grow the most of it in all the world. So I know Canada's, I see the bin bags and all this sort of stuff, and all of America, but Britain, grows more cannabis for medicinal use and pharmaceutical use in other countries than any other country, and we lead it. Yeah, we lead that like we lead a lot of medicine. Yeah, the COVID tests. Yeah, it was announced very early on. Yeah, that look, the world is looking to Britain when it comes to testing, because Britain leads the world in developing tests. We just don't lead the world in making tests. I say that as it's been tough, staying up till 3 a.m. and skipping exercise. In my province, 100,000 people lost their jobs in 1 week, me included. Yeah, it has been economically tough, and it will be economically tough, which is why I think there needs to be something that isn't what we've been through. But I mean, with regards to legalization of cannabis, I was talking with someone about this, yeah, and if you think about it, they're not going to be able to open pubs after lockdown. Yeah, cannabis does deal with anxiety. Do you know what I mean? They could actually go that route. Right, stop boozing, start smoking. I think there's a good... this is Martin. Martin saying, I think this is a golden opportunity for the UK government to revitalise UK industry and farming and rely less on imported goods. Make Britain great again. And yeah, I actually do. And not in some sort of right wing or anything like that sort of thing. But, I mean, to have the fish that's shopped in... have fish that are, are fished in the North Sea off England, then put in a frozen container, shipped to China to be filleted, then shipped back to be put in packets in England. No, we need to be supporting local industries. We need to have a local, a local food chain. We need to accept the fact that our food is seasonal, and, if strawberries are out of season, then they're out of season. We don't need container loads coming from Egypt just because you want strawberries in October. Yeah? I mean, the damage the container ships are doing to the marine life because of the sounds they make. You wouldn't believe it. I think we need to have and I'm not globalization is great for for business. It gets things done cheap because there's places where you can get it cheaper than you can in your own country. That's the fact, innit? And we all know it. Yeah? We need to localise. And we need to not build stuff that's shite. We need to build stuff that lasts and then repair it. I mean, how is it that, it's cheaper to buy a new Hoover than to have someone even look at your Hoover, never mind repair it? Is September okay from strawberries from Egypt? No, what you call it? Strawberries shouldn't come from Egypt. I've got 7 budding, yeah, in a little plant pot, what you call it, that's in my backyard where I'm going to plant them in my back alley so I can have strawberries while I enjoy my time in my back alley. Yeah, but we don't need to ship these foods in. What we need to do is localize things, yeah, stabilize things locally, and then start trading on little niceties. But we need to make sure, I mean, why the hell are we paying farmers subsidies not to grow food, and at the same time we're paying charities money to buy food for children who are missing their meals during summertime because they don't get free school meals? Why don't we just give the money to the farmers to buy the food for the kids that are starving, no matter whether they're at school or not? In fact, why is it that we just don't turn around and say, do you know what, we're a little bit unsure about the health of the kids. We're not sure if they're getting breakfast. We want to make sure that they're getting at least one solid, meal a day. And every stat shows breakfast is the most important meal of the day with regards to education, energy, and mental health. Yeah, your midday meal is the good one to get you through. And to be truthful, you can snack in the evening because you don't really need the energy in the evening. So why the hell aren't we paying the farmers the subsidies, yeah, to grow the food so that every kid, yeah, has a breakfast? Not whether they're entitled to a breakfast. Maybe their parents just don't qualify for for free school meals. But they're both all working like me and Kerry were and doing our best to put a decent meal in the box. Maybe money's tight and their parents are going hungry. So as a state, why don't we pay the farmers to feed the kids and feed all the bloody kids and give them breakfast so they start the day well, yeah, and then give them And why don't the companies that haven't been paying tax turn around and say, do you know what, we'll consider an educational supply product. Yeah, we won't make a profit on this one. Hey? Sometimes Mel gets pissed off over these things because they're not sensible. Not unless it's about making a profit. Yeah, and I hope after COVID it forces us to be sensible. Apple gives Macs to unis and colleges, Mel. Yeah, I support that sort of stuff. But what I'm saying is, yeah, there's a lot of companies that, do you know what, if you paid your fair tax, we wouldn't need you giving laptops. Do you know what I mean? When you look at how much they're made and how much is moved through dodgy accounting. Zachary's saying, yeah, it is. Yeah, Mel's had a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, it is time for the care package. Now, I normally have a sacred rule. Now, this is a package, yeah, from Dan in the chat. Yeah. This, okay. I normally have an issue about opening packages live on YouTube, as many YouTubers do. But as it's from Dan, we're going to trust him. With a fallback of deleting the video very bloody quickly. It's safe, he's saying. Right, shall we? He's wrapped it rather well. There. I thought he'd sent sweeties their barrels. I got really excited because I thought I got some wine gums. Look at my lovely barrel. I am really excited. Oh, these are nice barrels. Ooh. Whoa! Are these 3D printed or cast? Small striations. Very, very fine. 3D printed. They're lovely. Oh, you couldn't have sent them these before. Oh, we've still got the sci-fi bit. Yeah. Yeah, half buried, damaged. Lots of... Oh, yeah, right. What else we got? Yeah, they come as a selection. Yeah, so, like half buried. Allow my hand to become earth. I think there... Yeah, there's those and there's that type, pretty much. Yeah, so 3 types there. Yeah, these are from Dad. Oh. Yeah. So I can embed those in terrain. He told you he was printing them for you. I know he did. I know he did. But they look like wine gums. And then I forgot they were barrels. And I got excited about wine gums. And now I'm really excited about barrels. Oh, these are going to be a lifesaver. Oh, there's just like loads and loads of barrels. Yeah, but oh, these are like those, but slightly bigger. So, or slightly extrude, slightly higher. It looks like 2 types there. So, yeah, I like those. They do look like melted wine gums. They really do. If it's a question, are they wine gums or boiled sweets? Oh, Jesus Christ. What are they? Oh, they're slivers. Are they? So these are, what you call it? These are like little slivers. The side-on ones. Jesus Christ, that's a big bag. What's in here? These look like pretty much full on. Yeah, they all look pretty much... 3, 5, 5 for that. 30 at least. More sliver ones. Okay, what's that? Stanley blade holder. Ah, ooh, ooh. Shit, it's just got real. Look at that. 3D printed. It holds a Stanley. Sand that down a bit. In fact, I could just wrap that with, put a bit of putty on that. In fact. Oh, these are lovely, mate. Yeah, that's loads better. Look at that. So I can do like... No one told me you could print bloody tools with them. Look at that, that's really sturdy as well. Hide your address, Mel. Doesn't matter, it goes out on my emails. That's the studio address. That's fine, don't worry, guys. That's brilliant. Oh, thank you, Dan. There's other stuff in here. Right. I think these are more... No, that's not a barrel. What's that? Oh, that's Pammy. Let's save Pammy for last. Right. For a moment, I thought he sent me something from my back alley. Yeah. He's printed me model holders, I'm guessing. Painting handles. I like those. Thank you, sir. Oh, quite a nice print as well, isn't it? Right, last of the tools. What are these? Spray painting sticks. Spray painting sticks. Are these for what you call it? For like guarding? Bracing? No, that looks like a shield. Okay, there's a bit of a texture on that side, but that could just be the print. That looks like the print surface. Are these for what you call it? For attach a mini for airbrushed priming. That's no more primer on my fingernails. I like that. Smells like a kiddie on Christmas morning. Oh, guys, I am barreled out. Thank you, Dan. Seriously. Yeah, thank you, mate. I've got new tools. Yeah, I've got a shed load of barrels, sorry. "3D printed tool is nice. We use different degree cutters for foam board." Nice. As soon as this book is done, I'm getting on 3D printing. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much, mate. Cat, they're called hard-boiled sweets because they're hard sweets that you suck. No, they're called hard-boiled sweets because you put them in boiling water to make fruit juices. Although you can suck them. Are the wine gums printed in resin? They're not edible. Right. We're coming up on... I think we've had a good show. I ain't going to be painting. No. As soon as this book is done, you're getting on to the castle. I'm getting on to all sorts of things, Cat. But first, let's have a look at Pammy. Now, Dan will throw the drop file link if you'd like to 3D print your own Pammy, the pandemic apocalyptic panda. That's mint! I've got to get onto this 3D printing malarkey, haven't I? Got to. Definitely. Is there more? No. You don't put hard sweets in water to make a drink. Yes, you do. It's called hard-boiled sweets. Right, and on that controversy, well, you see, the hard-boiled sweets I had in the army were put into mugs to make what you call it, fruit juices. It's quite possible that Mel does. Right, what a brilliant show, guys. What an absolutely brilliant show. It's been great talking to you. I've had a great day finding my passion for terrain again and realising it is, and I'll be honest with you, I've got so many barrels and I'm seriously looking forward to having a play with my new tool. A little bit more. I think I'm just going to... In fact, I'm going to get that on the belt sander a little. Smooth it off a little, you know what I mean? Tam's saying I assumed it was an army thing. Yeah. But that is a wicked tool. Dan, thanks for all of these. Yeah. I'm even happy that there's no wine gums in there. Right, folks. Yeah, very quickly. The purple thing is a Stanley blade holder. It's essentially one of these, yeah, for... No, it's at the studio, isn't it? For the big proper cutters, which will be really handy for me. Thank you, thank you. Right. You know what I do. It's 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the... Yeah. It's 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 4 for the yeah. And I've already got a smile on my face. Right, laters, folks. I will see you tomorrow night. Wish me luck with my paw. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Where's the end? Bye. Oh, yeah, there it is. You see, Mel's back to normal.